Hi there. This is Dr. John Whitcomb talking about fish oil and brains. More fish oil, better brain. Simple. It's actually from a very important study from the Framingham heart study, which is about the longest running, largest cohort of people we have in America. And in fact, we're in the third generation of Framingham people. But this is looking at adults in midlife. And the findings are simple. The higher the red cell index of omega-3 fats, the better the cognitive function people had. That's simple. Very straightforward. Simple idea, elegantly done, well-regarded study, large cohort of people, mean age 46 years old, 53% women, 22% had APOE4, which is the risk for Alzheimer's. Why does this make sense? And actually, it's important to understand the physiology. You use fish oil to make plasmalogens. And plasmalogens are the lipids that make up your brain and membranes in your mitochondria. And they are the most liquid of membrane lipids. And that allows them to be by being incredibly fluid, they can be incredibly fast, so that your mitochondria can make ATP quickly, so that your brain can process vision and hearing and thought. Well, plasmalogens wouldn't be plasmalogens without the omega-3 fatty acid as in the 2 position on the 3-part glycerol molecule. And it sort of juts out to one side, and omega-3 fats have 5 double bonds, all of them in the cis conformation, which makes the fat, instead of being a straight molecule that's stiff and rigid, it's almost like a spiral with 5 cis bonds. And those cis bonds, because they're in sort of a 30-degree angle, they really want to straighten out, which makes them incredibly floppy, and so they can move, which makes them incredibly fluid. That fluidity explains why your brain is vulnerable to concussion when you get a bunk on the head, why your brain has to be floating in water to protect it because it's so fragile. And yet the ability to have a central nervous system is completely contingent on the rapidity by which the proteins embedded can then function. So we couldn't have a central nervous system without plasmalogens. That's where omega-3 fats, that's where fish oil ends up, in plasmalogen lipids, and we need them to have complex life. So, very elegant, simple study. More fish oil, better brains. Motive to that story, you need to be taking plasmalogens if you're over 50. We actually reach peak brain plasmalogen at about age 50. But from age 50 to 70, we've lost some 20% of our plasmalogens. So if you're over 50, you probably need to be looking at what your plasmalogen level is, and you probably need to be supplementing yourself with plasmalogens and certainly with fish oil. Dr. John Whitcomb for News and Nutrition. More fish oil, better brains.